Dr. James J.C. Cooley. That's right. Let's go. It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. All right.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guest will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 9 p.m. right here on The Answer San Diego.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore them or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley, and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer in Dallas-Fort Worth.
The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, can be heard every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer. Life is full of circles, cycles, phases, and stages. It's your choice to ignore or embrace them. Motivational speaker, author, military veteran, and founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation, James Cooley and his guests will inspire and equip you to strive for your own greatness and overcome adversities. Listen to The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life, every Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on The Answer.
Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah. James J.C. Cooley.
Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Wow, we got a very, very great show coming your way today. Got one of my friends I haven't seen in a while. It's going to be on the show. I'm not going to give it away because Michelle would beat me up. You already know that. But I am so interested in this conversation that we have with the great guests that we have on the show today. How you doing, Dr. Cooley? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am excited. I'm feeling good. I'm excited to learn a little bit more about the history, what we're going to talk about today, and these absolutely fantastic guests. So we're back in Dallas. Just got back from Dubai. I still have not shaken that off. I'm still pinching myself. But we got a lot more that come your way today. So, Michelle, can you please tell our viewers and our listeners the title of the show, the purpose of the show, and introduce these absolutely fantastic guests?
Yes, the title of today's show is called Linkage with Sengbeh Pieh History in Sierra Leone and USA. And we're having a conversation with Dr. Samuel H. Pieh. He's an educator, author, developer of public health community projects, and volunteer instructor, member of the U.S. Foreign Services Cultural and Historical Influences in Sierra Leone, and Francis and Bobby Mustapha. Francis is an executive director of Madina Village School and Health Center. And Bobby, his wife Bobby's a reading specialist, and they divide their time between Sierra Leone and Indiana, spending most of the year in the village of Madina. So Dr. Samuel Pieh, he is a recent graduate of the Trinity International University of Ambassadors with an honorary doctorate and lifetime achievement award certificate from President Biden's White House in June 2024. He was born and raised in Sierra Leone until his graduation from high school. Him and his wife, Dr. Clara Pieh, relocated to Sierra Leone in a son in 1980 to help support his parents who have served the American missionary churches and institutions for decades and needed some support in their retired condition. Dr. They were recognized as May Volunteers of the Month in Memphis 2003 for their active roles in celebrations of Memphis in May and Africa in April. Francis Kempa Mustapha and Bobby Mustapha. Well, Francis was born in Madina Village in Sierra Leone, was educated in Christian schools and graduated from Indiana Wesleyan University and Indiana University with degrees with biology, botany, and science education. He returned to his home village to provide primary education for the children of his area. There are now 500 children preschool through middle school and 300 graduates of the school. Because there are so many health issues, even deaths, he felt called also to build a hospital, which is now serving the area. He's joined again by his wife, Bobby, a reading specialist who also graduated from Indiana Wesleyan and Indiana University with degrees in elementary education and early literacy. They divide their time between Sierra Leone and Indiana, spending most of the year in the village of Madina. Please welcome to the show.
Wow. Welcome back, my friend. And welcome to the show, Francis and Bobby. It's an absolute pleasure having you all on the show. I've been knowing Dr. Samuel for almost 2 years, a little bit more than that. And every time I get an opportunity to talk to him, it just brings joy. He always talk about Sierra Leone, and it's just so inspiring on his journey and the things that you all are doing today, especially back and forth to the United States and there. So, Dr. Samuel, besides what Michelle read on your bio, can you please tell our viewers and our listeners a little bit more about you? What make you click? Why you're so passionate about the things that you do?
Thank you, Dr. Cooley and Dr. Michelle Cooley. It's a real pleasure always to interact with you. And thank you to Brother Francis Mustapha and Sister Bobby Mustapha. I've known these people for decades of years, and I take them as a brother and a sister. Like I've always said, culture and history and historical influences are vital aspects that can help improve our knowledge, our attitude, and our actions. And I look at what the Amistad captives went through from their homeland to Cuba to the United States, and where America was so divided between the North and the South, between the whites and the blacks or Africans. But it took a diverse group of people in the state of Connecticut, different religious groups, to come together, and they were able to prevail on the President of the United States, John Quincy Adams, to defend them even up to the Supreme Court, and they were released and returned to Sierra Leone. I look at that, I learned from that history that it took a diverse group of people who had the same issues they were looking at, but few people came together and took an action which has replicated itself in various ways. That's how Francis, Bobby, myself, and Clara met. And, you know, the world is so diverse. But that's what the creator did, diverse group of people. I always tell people, if you look at these hands, these fingers, these 5 fingers, every human being, whether they're Chinese, Puerto Rican, African, American, we all have 5 fingers, except if there's handicap. But you see that these 5 fingers are not the same, but they are very functional if they come together and work together.
Yeah.
And Francis just impresses me, reinforces my belief in that. He has gone back to build a thriving community for education and healthcare. He and his wife living all the pleasures in America, living their grandchildren. It's I know it's tough because it happened to me too, but I learned from them. When I went to their home, and Brother Cooley, I want you to go with me to Sierra Leone. Let's go to these people's village, Madina. I went to their village in November last year when they were not even there. But the setup they had picture of Sengbeh Pieh in their room. They had picture of the historical Africans in their room. I say, wow, these guys. But believe me, you wouldn't believe the most clean primary school compound I have been in Sierra Leone is their school.
I look forward to going there with you. And wow, it's just amazing. Brother Francis, can you tell our viewers and listeners a little bit about you that Michelle did not read? So can you bring our viewers up? Make everybody want to come to Sarah Leone. So what makes you click? Why you so passionate about what you're doing and building, educating uh, uh, the children back there?
It's a long story and it's diverse story, and I don't know where to start. But start at the beginning, at the very, very beginning. Huh?
Yeah, take it back.
Yeah. But in any case, this small village, Madina, my father started this village, and I was born. Shortly before I was born, my mother, well before I was born, my mother had lost 6 children in a row before age 5. And I was born a twin. Shortly after we were born, my twin brother died, and I was not expected to live. And so, fortunately for me at that time, a lady had gone to school, mission school, and had been trained as a nurse. And she returned to the main town there that was about 20 miles away from where we were from Madina, and set up a small private clinic. And so my father heard of this lady, and after my twin brother died, he took me to this lady and said, "We have heard that you have been educated. Here, prove it." As she turned me over to this lady. Needless to say that the intervention of this lady was the difference between me and the 7 siblings that have died before age 5. And as I grew up, I was told this story. Well, it made education. It gave me a totally different perspective of education. And to me, I learned, and to me, education became a totally different issue. For me, it was not just going to school and get a degree and go get a fast job and make money. For me, education was life. Because somebody was educated and intervened in my behalf, that's why I'm here alive today. And so education has become a passion for me. And for me, it was the be it and it all.
I tell you what, hold that thought. We got to take a station break, but I want to come back. I want to pick her up from there because this is so inspiring and so educational. I tell you what, whichever platform that you're watching us on, whether you're watching us on E360 television, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and over 84 platforms, welcome to the show. If you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do, just go to the comments on the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, or hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
Welcome to Viridian Christian University, where faith and learning come together to transform lives. At VCU, we believe that education is more than just academics. It's about fostering a community of growth, integrity, and purpose. Whether you're pursuing a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, VCU offers flexible, affordable, and 100% online degree programs that cater to your busy life. Our innovative platform provides a personalized learning experience, empowering you to thrive in today's ever-evolving world. Join a global community of learners guided by an experienced faculty who are committed to your success. With VCU, you're not just earning a degree, you're preparing for a future that integrates faith, leadership, and service. Viridian Christian University, educating with purpose, transforming lives. Learn more at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And I tell you, the end of that segment, I was locked into it. I almost forgot about the commercial break, because Francis was explaining a lot of things that's so important. The loss of 6 siblings, and his twin brother. But God had special plans for him. And he is living the purpose that God has planted in him at birth, that you will survive, you will strive, you will lead, you will guide. All of those things are so, so important in life. So whichever platform that you're watching this on, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the comments on that platform, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. Francis, Bobby, I want to pick it back up with that. You was telling about what stuck out to me was that this lady came and kind of like turned things over to you. Said, if you're educated, show us. Can you pick it back up with that?
Yes. So my father told this lady, if we've heard that you have been educated, prove it. And she turned me over to this lady. And as I said, the rest was history. Because of our intervention, that's why I'm alive today. And that made education to me life, not just an exercise or going through and get a degree and get a job or something like that. It was more than that to me. That is why, for the years I was an educator in America, it was hard for me during in my teaching career in America. It was hard for me to understand why children and a lot of people did not really take education serious. I just felt that they were throwing away something so much that has so much value that you can't put value on it. So in any case, I worked hard and came to America through hard work and help with a lot of with a lot of help from missionaries, different people. And so all that time when I was in America, it was my dream, my goal that someday I will go back and build a school and bring life as it was brought to me to the people, to my people, to over there. And so it is that after years of teaching and doing a lot in here in America, I retired, and so we went back and started this dream. And with the help of so many people, either friends, former students, their parents, some churches, and some service organizations such as Kiwanis, Rotary. So I just try to involve about everyone. And with this help, we have been able to put a school there. And the school is going very well. We have about 500 students now. And we are up to the junior secondary school. And of course, when we build the school, like we mentioned sometime in the bio, when you do more, there's always, it seems like, always, there's always more, you see more to get to be done. When we started the school, next thing was that we saw the need that we have to have a health facility there for not only the students, but also for for the entire community. So, because our first year, when we opened the school, we lost a number of children to simple diseases such as malaria, typhoid, and just diseases that can be easily taken care of with a really good, decent health facility. And so we decided that we are going to take on that too. And now we've got the hospital built, but it's not quite complete yet. We still need some help. We're working on it. And really, that's where we are.
Wow. Hey, Bobby, I want to hear a little bit about you. I mean, you're an educator. The passion you must have in seeing your students grow and blossom, and probably many of them are giving back based on the love that they get from you all and encouragement. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, we've got a lot more now than we started with. When we started, the children that were in the village didn't really know what they were getting into. They hadn't seen school. They didn't know what it was about. And so when we put them, we started with 270 of them and of different ages and put them in classes, but they all had to start from the beginning. They had to start with the ABCs. They had to start with the very first things. And so some of them took off really quickly and moved up, and others it took longer. We do teach in English, but we also let them use their language, which is Mendi. They all speak Mendi in that area. And I'm a reading teacher. I love books. I love reading. I think that's one of the things when I first met Sam, this was more than 50 years ago when I met Sam Pieh, and finding out that he was a descendant of somebody I could go and read a book about. That was really cool, because he was a descendant of Sengbeh Pieh and the Amistad story and all of that. And it's come around full circle, so that when we work with teachers and students there, we actually have some books that we use that have some of that story in it. And anyway, reading is the thing that makes all the difference. And I think we're all agreed on the beginning is the most important part of education, primary, even preschool, getting them started, and then developing a love for books, a love for reading about other people different from who you are. That's what we emphasize. So,
Wow.
Yeah. I'm sorry I hadn't introduced Bobby. Yeah. This is this is a young lady. We've been married for 49 years. And every bit of what we are doing today, we've been a team. It's always been that way. And she has been a very critical, crucial part of this dream.
Wow.
I think my position is great because I get to meet people that come up in stories, like, meeting Sam and his family, his brothers and everybody. And also meeting Abby, the woman who saved his life. She became like Auntie Abby in our family. We named our daughter after her. She was always telling me how he was the proof of her education. He had to do right. So she taught him all kinds of things. She taught him how to cook. She taught him how to do things that otherwise normally guys didn't learn how to do. And so I was the benefit of that. And in my life there, I benefit because I get to meet everybody in the stories that they tell and make up some stories of our own too. So.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Samuel, I want to pick it back up with you. Why you named the show The Linkage with Sengbeh Pieh, History of Sierra Leone and America? Can you talk a little bit more about that? I know you mentioned that a little bit, but can you go into more detail?
Sure, Dr. Cooley. Like I said, our history is really the foundation of all of us, whether it's the Bible history or political history or national, international history. There's so much we can learn from that. And that's why I strongly emphasize that knowledge is a powerful tool. And like Bobby indicated, what she does with reading, through that reading, you will learn something. Through that reading, you will know something. Through that reading, you can develop an attitude. Through that reading, you can be motivated to take some actions. Just like the people in Connecticut, diverse group of Connecticut people, black, white, European, whatever. Few came together and said, no, this is not right. Let's defend these Africans. And they did it and took them back to Sierra Leone, and missionaries from all over America. Some of those who went with them opened schools, like they said. The school that Francis went to was a different school, but they were all American missionaries. The school I went to was a different group of people, but they were all American missionaries. We got that education. But this brother, he is a fisherman to the heart. He loves rural community. When he went fishing in Indiana, he would come and leave my own fish at my door. When he had to come to America, his wife was in a village, Bonubu Teachers College. He said, I had to go bring her out. He didn't tell me that this wife was pregnant now. Until I was driving so fast that this lady was having so much problem. I said, this brother, he didn't even tell me that this woman is pregnant. And the road is so bad. But she has gone through so much in Liberia, in Sierra Leone. I mean, she has a heart. And this is really what impresses me about this couple. And Brother James Cooley, you will see when we go to Madina, when you see that campus, the teachers, the students, the community people, I hope and pray that you will help us to put this on a global map. It's worth seeing and experiencing so that we can get more partners to edify what is they're doing already.
We are going to do it, Samuel. we are going to do that. And I tell you what, we got to take a station break. I can't go over, otherwise they're going to get me. We're going to take a station break. But we got to come back. We got so much more that we're going to talk about. And again, if you want to be part of this great conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
A Black Man's Point of View is the newest Amazon.com #1 release and bestseller book from author Dr. James J.C. Cooley, featuring the perspective from 11 other contributing authors. In A Black Man's Point of View, Dr. James Cooley unpacks his thoughts and personal experiences about the challenges, stereotypes, and feelings of self-worth that many black men face today due to a 400-year ancestry rooted in slavery and colonization. Yet, how so many black men move forward despite this history. Most importantly, A Black Man's Point of View conveys that all men, regardless of race, creed, or color, are capable of love, respect, and dignity. Described as a map to a greater life from the heart of a man who's experienced life's misfortune and harsh conditions, James shows us how beliefs, convictions, and a healthy mentality can help propel a life worth living. A must-read for all. Order your copy of A Black Man's Point of View by author Dr. James J.C. Cooley today from Amazon.com or wherever.
Filled with circles and cycles, phases and stages that shape who we are. These moments define us, and we have the choice to either accept or embrace them. Hello, I'm Dr. Michelle Cooley, and I encourage you to support the J.C. Cooley Scholarship You Can Award so we can empower high school seniors and college students to believe that they can achieve anything they set their minds to.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, the host of It's Your Life Radio and also founder of the J.C. Cooley Foundation. With your help through donations to this year's J.C. Cooley Foundation Scholarship Award, we aim to inspire, prepare the next generation of leaders. We kindly ask for your generous support to help bless at least 30 or more future leaders by donating between a minimum of $250 or more. Please consider donating what you can by May 1st and join us in shaping our future leaders of tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Cooley. Heart disease research saves lives. It's that simple. Thanks to medical advancements funded by the American Heart Association, more women are surviving heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiovascular diseases than ever before. But there's still so much work to do.
Hi, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'm raising funds to support life-saving research because every heartbeat is worth fighting for. In honor of Women's History Month, please join me in support of the American Heart Association and women's health.
Dr. J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I'm sitting here, just I don't know what I'm enjoying this discussion. I'm enjoying the history. I'm enjoying these great guests that we have on the show today. It's just outstanding. And I tell you what, I want to make a correction. One of the commercials that we did, James Cooley Scholarship, You Can Scholarships. I know we said May 1st. We have extended that deadline because we did not get enough donations at this particular time. To bless as many youth and young adults, especially high school seniors and college students as possible So we extended the deadline to May 15th, and we start giving away awarding these scholarships shortly after that. So I encourage you to donate to this worthy cause because we love seeing smiles on our youth and our future leaders' face when they walk across that stage, even though it's not a big, gigantic scholarship, but it's a you can scholarship. You can do anything that you set your mind to. And so the way that you can do that, you can go to the J.C. Cooley Foundation, cooleyfoundation.org, go to the PayPal, click on donate as if you can. Let's help bring happiness to our youth and our young adults. I want to get back to this conversation right here. 49 years. I like how you brought that up, Francis. Said, "Hey, I forgot to introduce this young lady to you all." A partnership, I tell you, is so important. It's needed. It's needed in everything that we do, and I commend all the things that you're doing. Francis and I will, not Francis, but Samuel and I will, we gonna come down one day. We're gonna come down one day. You got my word, brother. You got my word on that one.
All right. All right.
Yeah, so I want to pick it back up. Francis, this man right here said he admire you, everything that you're doing. Can you guys talk about your friendship a little bit? Because it seemed like it's like there.
Yeah. Well, Sam and I, ever since we knew each other, like he mentioned in the beginning, I've been like in family. We're family. We become brothers. And basically, the whole family, his older brother that is here in Michigan, yeah, we talk on daily basis. We always, are talking ability. And Sam and I, we've always been talking together. We always gotten together, and it's been that way, for years and years, and it continues to be that way, and even get better as the years go by. So we've been very close. We've been inseparable in so many ways. Even of his, one of the things that really held us together is also my admiration of what he has been doing in Sierra Leone over the years. While I was still here, and Sam has been in Sierra Leone, had helped put a lot of programs together. And many times when I go to visit back in Sierra Leone, I go stay with Sam. And that's just the kind of relationship that has been, that we have had. I mean, he's a man I admire so much. He has been sort of a mentor to me in respect that what he does and the things that that he has done, and his heart for Sierra Leone and for the people there, and it's been the kind of thing that kind of have driven me too.
Can you discuss some of the challenges that you guys might have had when building the hospital and the school, and how did you overcome a lot of those challenges to be where you all are today and continuously adding on and building on both of those foundations that you and Bobby has created?
You want to go with that?
Yeah, you want? Yeah.
Well, one of the biggest problems in the country there, I have to say it, is corruption. And we're way out in the country, and we're kind of glad that we are, so that we can kind of do things without always having to be interfered with. But it's just a daily struggle against things that you don't expect. Even Francis has been out of the country a lot when he spent many, many years in America. And so his expectations for how much you can get done in a short time are a little different than everybody back there. And so he gets impatient. But the best thing about him is that he's so persistent. Mr. Persistent ought to be his name. And I don't think he could have accomplished any of what he's done, and a lot of Sam and what he has done, without the persistence to just keep going. If you know you're going to try to do something, do it. You maybe will fail sometimes, but you keep going, and more things pop up that you can try to do, and not all of them will be successful, but you keep going. And then when you see, especially when you see other people who are inspired by what you've done, and then they take off and do something, that is what gives you the energy, and that's what gives you the joy to say it's worth it. Especially when we see even the people there, the teachers, the students who take the initiative then and take off and do a project of their own that we never even thought about. That really is inspiring to us and sends the energy back in a circle around so that we can keep going.
Yeah. The challenges are big.
Yeah.
Particularly when in some of those things that we do, particularly even the education or even the healthcare sector, there are a lot of those you have to clear it with the government. And unfortunately, in many cases, you get there, you don't get much cooperation. And in many cases, they want money from you instead of really joining you and to work with you in order for you to help, for us to move the country forward. And that has been the biggest challenge that we do have. And of course, there's also the funding issue. And that is also a challenge. And when we started this project, and don't ever say that, no, I cannot do it, it's impossible. And when we started, what we did, we decided to do it in bits, in
Phases.
in phases. Okay. The first phase was my own resources, my proceeds from my retirement, and what I saved, to get started. And if we had sat and calculated how much it's going to cost to be able to build to this point, we wouldn't have started, because it will be insurmountable. But by doing it this gradually and with faith, and that's how we come up to this point and to done what we've done, as it is now. Because there are times when we will go and raise funds to we won't start any phase until we have raised the funds for it. And when I came back, the first time we came, we had the funds, and the funds ran out. And then I was going back to America. I said, okay, Lord, you have inspired me to do this. Where do we go now? What's next? So we went, and we were able to raise what we needed for the next phase, just, just what we needed. We came back, we completed that phase. And so the next question I asked, I say, okay, Lord, what's next? Where do we go now? And after this has happened about 2 to 3 times, it dawned on me that the Lord was dealing with us on a need to know basis. And that, is what has been that kept us going. And it's the same continuation of it in terms of, what we're doing now. When we finished building the hospital, the question was, what's next? How do we equip this? And of course, the Lord opened a window for a garage for us. A hospital, a major hospital here in Fort Wayne, came to our help and provided us with a lot of the equipment we needed. And it's been that way. It's been like a miracle. Yeah.
Wow. This is
yeah.
incredible. I want to pick it back up. We got to take a station break, but I want to pick it back up because that's so extraordinary when we put our faith in the Lord. When we ask Him to guide us and lead us. And if we truly believe, He will make a way.
Mm-hmm.
He will put us in touch with the right folks. And He will he'll do it. So I can just tell, just with this conversation that we're having, that the Lord has blessed you all, and including my brother Sam right here. We just have to continue to follow his guidance. We're going to take a station break. If you want to be part of this great conversation that we're having, all you have to do, just go to the comments on whichever platform that you're watching us on. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
At Viridian Christian University, we believe education is more than just a degree. It's a pathway to a purpose-driven life. Whether you're advancing your career, pursuing a passion, or building a new future, VCU's 100% online programs give you the flexibility to learn on your terms, anywhere, anytime. With expert faculty, personalized mentorship, and a faith-centered approach, you'll gain the skills, knowledge, and leadership you need to make a lasting impact. VCU offers bachelor's, master's, and doctorate degrees, each designed to empower you for success in today's fast-changing world. Join a global community of believers, learners, and leaders. Ready to start your journey? Viridian Christian University, transforming lives, empowering futures. Visit us at ViridianChristianUniversity.com. That's ViridianChristianUniversity.com.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Cooley. I've heard so many powerful stories from women who survived heart disease because they took action in time. But I've also heard stories of women who weren't as lucky. The difference? Awareness, access to care, and early intervention. According to the American Heart Association, every 80 seconds, a woman in the United States dies from cardiovascular disease. That's more than one life lost every single minute. But did you know that 80% of heart disease cases are preventable? That's right, 80%. That means small changes like eating healthier, exercising, and managing stress can save lives.
Hi, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley, and I'm committed to making sure that more women survive and strive. Please join me in raising funds for the American Heart Association to support life-saving research, because every heartbeat is worth fighting for. In honor of Women's History Month, let's spread awareness and help women recognize the warning signs before it's too late.
It's the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. Yeah. Come on.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. Oh, Dr. Cooley popped up. Wow. Hey, Dr. Cooley, I am thoroughly enjoying this discussion that I'm having with Samuel, Francis, and Bobby, and I'm glad that you can join us. In this. But we are talking. It's so amazing what all three them are doing, the impact that they're having on their country. Got one quick question. I'm gonna turn it over to Dr. Cooley. Have any other African nations reached out and partnered with you all to help bring the dream that you all are doing to fruition? That's you, Francis.
So far, no. No, we haven't had any help from other African countries. In fact, before I finish that, I also want to state that if you want to know more about what we're doing, go to our webpage, madinavillageschool.org. And there's a lot there, a lot of information there that people can learn a lot of. But no, we haven't had much of impact or much of support or attention from any other African country.
What was that webpage, Michelle? Can you post it, please?
www.madinavillageschool.org.
Okay, can you put that in the private chat just to make sure I don't put it incorrectly? You see the private chat right there?
Mm-hmm.
You can type that in and I'll just put that on the comments. That'll be good. Okay. So I have a question.
Hold on. It's so important that we get this message out to our viewers so they can understand and maybe donate and help out.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Oh, I see Dr. Samuel's holding up his phone to show us the webpage. Well, Dr. Samuel, I got a question for you. So you made the statement, so the more you do, succeeding or failing, the more you can see that needs to be done. So what you started to do will grow bigger than you ever dreamed it could. Go ahead. Can you kind of just go into a little more detail about that statement? It sounds very passionate and a can-do attitude.
Who is she directing?
Dr. Samuel, you.
Samuel.
Well, anything you have experienced, if it is good thing or if it is bad thing, depending on your own conscience, depending on your own attitude, it's bound to have an impact on you. And for me, the reason why sometimes my wife tells me, why do you keep thinking about Sierra Leone? It's when I see what Francis and Bobby are doing. When I went there in November and saw what they are doing. When I met with the students, and in fact, I will send you some of the pictures later on. Maybe Bobby can send some of the pictures to you just to see how this school is a unique school. The kids are very neat. They are very orderly. They are eager to learn. And all the adults, whether it's the cook that prepares lunch for them, we are very committed. They keep the place clean. And God has blessed us so much. Like, for example, somebody sent them a container of medical equipment, and they sent 2 eye machines. They only needed one, and they offered one to my friends who are down the road. They have an eye hospital. It's one of the best in West Africa, eye specialty group. And I know it's hard for you and Brother James to leave your comfort zone in the US to go to Africa, but I wish you two will go with me in November. Let's go to their village and really see this. The place is clean, it's open, it's friendly, and I just want us to show the lights and let other people, and in fact, the fact that the Cooley Foundation is exposed to the world today, I hope there will be other people there who would be very much interested in Madina village community and come and help us to show light. I'm pleading with JC Cooley Foundation to open a foundational public forum, radio program, community radio program, where we can share this information. Because I've seen some some programs on projects in Sierra Leone that don't even come close to what Francis and Bobby are doing. So we need that type of support.
Well, we're going to support as much as we can. We got 3 minutes left in the show. After the show, I would love for you guys to stick around for a couple of minutes if possible. But Francis and Bobby, what are some takeaways that you want our viewers and listeners to get from this great discussion?
I'll say something. I'll say one. This idea that after somebody is inspired by what you do, then an idea comes up to them to do it. I would just say the takeaway is you can do a whole lot more than you think you can. And if you just trust that taking that starting step, you get started, and the Lord is going to help you go farther and farther, and you go farther than you ever expected. And our students are sent out that way, and we're always happy when they come back and say and tell us where they are now. We have a couple of our students that are actually starting into med school, and one of them says, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. So what you start, it will never have an end. So get going.
Wow.
And also the fact that it is not impossible.
Yeah, nothing.
It is a question of just determination. If you are determined for it to get done, and you go after it, it will be done. If somebody had told me in the very beginning that this is what it costs, we probably wouldn't even have started. But we didn't worry about that. We just started. We just got started and got going.
Wow. Dr. Samuel, 30 seconds or less. What's the one takeaway that you want our viewers and our listeners to get?
We are all interconnected by God's Spirit. The fact that I never knew you, Brother James or Sister Michelle, but one of your students linked me up with you, and you trusted that linkage. And I am hoping that the linkage I'm bringing Bobby and Francis to you too would open all other doors that all of us can benefit from this.
We will. And I tell you what, we are time, but stick around. Let me do the closeout. I'd like to thank Dr. Michelle Cooley for putting together another absolutely fantastic show. I'd like to thank Dr. Samuel for inviting these absolutely fantastic guests on. I'd like to thank Francis and Bobby for just locking in and sharing their vision, their ideas. Most importantly, I'd like to thank our viewers and our listeners for tuning into the James Cooley Show. It's your life, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.